Good morning. Oh, what a beautiful morning it is, too. You know, we come to that time of year where you're out shopping somewhere and you hear this, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'll take clear skies and upper 70s any day. I swear the other day they played Frosty the Snowman in the gym. I cannot work out to Frosty the Snowman. But I digress. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Orlando. I'm Dave Schein. I'm a member of this congregation and the worship team here at 1U. We have with me today in our service our Reverend Margalie Belizaire. Wow, talk. Director of Lifespan Religious Enrichment, Judith Stein-Farrall. Accompany us, Danielle Monzon-Villegas, and our drummer, Jacob Hike. Board member Ted Nelson, and today's chalice lighter, Demetrius. Let's not forget all the different people and groups that work diligently in the background to ensure that we all come together on Sunday mornings. Thank you. This is an all-ages service today. We are encouraging the children to remain in the room, adults too, with us and take care and take part as they are comfortable. Also, you may find food items near you, and they will be gathered by our forest animals later in today's service. We greet you this morning, old friends and new, as we explore our Unitarian Universalist faith, which draws us into a community of justice seekers with a commitment to lifelong spiritual growth and compassionate service to the community. Whether today is your first or your 1,000th Sunday in our midst, you are welcome here. Whoever you are, whoever you love, you are welcome here. In this community, your whole self is welcome. We welcome your race, national origin, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical or mental abilities, economic status, or religious background. We welcome you. We have a few special announcements today. Religious Enrichment is excited to announce that right here in the evening of December 20th will be Ebenezer Scrooge himself, and 36 other characters of the story when David McElroy performs his one-man Christmas carol. You can use the QR code in the slide or go to the weekly update for a link. Oh, and please show up early for a mulled cider and a light snack. Next Sunday, please join us when Reverend Kirsten Homlet inspires us to meet the moment as we wrap up a month of cultivating gratitude and head into the season of light and December's theme of choosing hope. The day after Thanksgiving, on Friday, November 28th, from 1 to 3 p.m. in Gore Hall, please bring your favorite side dish or dessert to our annual Day After Thanksgiving potluck. Bring your leftovers. Today, turkey and ham will be provided. Please scan the QR code on the screen to RSVP. No childcare will be provided. The Common Read book selection for December is Almost Everything, Notes on Hope by Anne Lamont. They meet on Zoom on the first and third Thursdays at 7:30. Scan the code for more. Please join us for soup, cornbread, and cider, and there's no stones in the soup, in the fellowship hall following today's service as we give thanks for this beloved community. All other announcements are on slides before and after the service. Have links in the weekly update or on our website posted on the QR in the order of service where you can access via QR code. For more information about our congregation and announcements, go to orlandouu.org or email info@orlandouu.org. Thanks again for being here in person and online, and may you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Demetrius is our chalice lighter today. He is 9 years old and in 3rd grade. He loves to draw and play soccer. I love to watch soccer, too old for playing. He wears the number 42 on the field. Please say these words with me as we light the chalice. light of truth and in the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Please rise in body and spirit, and join us in singing hymn number 1010, We Give Thanks. The lyrics will be displayed on the screen.
Just want to clear up. I don't know that we'll actually have cider, so, so if you're thinking, ooh, well, I don't know that we'll have cider. So good morning, dear ones, children, youth, adults, long-timers, first-timers, foxes, squirrels, rabbits, deer, beavers, owls, chipmunks, and human beings of every age. Today we gather for annual Thanksgiving service, a day when we remember one of the simplest, oldest, truest lessons in the world. We have more than we think we do, especially when we bring what we have together. This year's theme of Meeting the Moment and November's theme of Cultivating Gratitude invite us to look at the world the way the foxes looked at Mossy Glen, as you will soon see. And that is with courage, imagination, and the belief that even a stone can become something marvelous when a community works together. So, come. Let us gather, hopeful like the foxes, courageous like the rabbits, wise like the owl, and generous like every animal who dared to share. Come into this place where everyone has something to offer, where every gift matters, and where together we will make a soup, a community that nourishes us all. Come, beloveds, let us worship together. And let us begin by greeting one another. Look for someone you haven't greeted before and say hello.
Once upon a time, during a winter colder than anyone could remember, hungry foxes wandered into a mossy glen. Snow still covered the ground, and the trees stood bare. The foxes' paws were tired, and their stomachs were empty. They hoped that the animals of Mossy Glen might have a little food to spare, so they decided to ask.
The foxes first came upon a family of squirrels. They politely asked if the squirrels had a little food to share. The squirrels shook their heads sadly and showed that they had a few acorns left. They explained that they had worked hard all season and gathering food, but the winter had been harsh, and they had barely enough for themselves.
Next, the foxes approached a family of rabbits huddled near their burrow. The foxes asked if the rabbits had anything they could share with them. The rabbits gently pointed to the few carrots they had saved, shook their heads, showing that they needed what little they had to survive the winter.
The foxes continued to cross the glen. They asked the deer. They asked the chipmunks.
They even asked the raccoons, the beavers, and the owl, who always seemed to find food no matter the season. One by one, the animals all gave the same answer, lowered their heads, and explained that food was scarce, and they could not spare anything at all.
The foxes sat together on a fallen log, hungry and discouraged. But as they looked around the glen, they realized something important. Every animal was frightened by the same thing. Everyone was worried that they didn't have enough. And that gave the clever foxes a bold idea.
The foxes stood tall on a tree stump and called the animals of the glen to gather around. Once everyone arrived, the foxes announced that if no one had food to spare, they would show the whole forest how to make something marvelous, something called forest stone soup. Claimed they could begin right away, if only they had a large pot.
Any second now, Ted Nelson's going to come up and do the invitation to generosity.
You can't cut the play short like that. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ted Nelson, a member of the Board of Trustees. We invite you now into another practice of generosity. It's one of our spiritual values, and it sustains the life and ministries of this church community. Let us all be grateful for the opportunity to give. It's a privilege to be able to do so. And let us be grateful for our needs, for they give us the opportunity to practice receiving. Today's full collection will go to the ministries of 1U. You can also donate to our Share the Plate recipient this month, the New Image Youth Center. So please let us know if you donate to them directly. The offering will now be collected. And have your coins ready and raise your hand if you have any. Note that you can also give online using the link. While we're waiting, I have discovered another thing to be grateful for today. Reverend Margalie has the brightest, coolest shoes you've ever seen in your life. Let us joyfully receive what is offered here today in the spirit of gratitude and fellowship.
Earlier, the foxes explained that they would need a container to make the soup, so the raccoons hurried off and returned with the finest, largest bowl they could find.
The foxes examined the bowl with approval. All they needed now, they explained, was some wood for a fire and a bit of water to fill the pot. The beavers perked up immediately. They had plenty of both. They rolled over a bucket of cold water and stacked dry sticks neatly beside the bowl.
Excitement spread through Mossy Glen. The foxes mentioned the next step was the trickiest. They needed someone to help start this fire. At once, the wise old owl flapped its wings, hooted proudly, and helped kindle a small flame beneath the bowl. Soon, the foxes placed a smooth stone into the warming water.
The animals watched closely as the foxes stirred the steaming water. After pretending to taste it, the foxes paused thoughtfully. A soup made only of water and a stone was a good beginning, but it could become something truly special with just a few small additions.
The squirrels stepped forward first. Though they had little, they realized they could spare a few acorns. They placed them gently into the bowl.
Next
came the rabbits, offering a couple of carrots they had saved for the spring. The deer added mushrooms gathered from deep in the forest, and the chipmunks contributed a tiny onion they had been saving for the special day.
As each ingredient was added to the pot, the animals grew more and more excited. They realized that while each of them had very little, together they had created something marvelous that none of them could have made alone.
The clever foxes then turned to the congregation of humans gathered around the glen, inviting them to add something of their own to the marvelous forest stone soup.
Wait, I haven't chosen.
that last suit was ready, the foxes signaled for everyone to gather close The animals of Mossy Glen shared the soup, but also their gratitude and joy at discovering what was possible when everyone contributed, even the smallest amount. That night, they all went to sleep with full bellies and peaceful hearts. The next morning, the foxes prepared to continue their travels. All the animals gathered to wish them well and waved goodbye.
From that day on, forest animals remembered the winter they made forest stone soup. They learned that community grows from generosity and the courage to share. And whenever a winter grew long or worries grew heavy, they remembered the simple lesson that the foxes had taught them. When everyone contributes, even the smallest amount, there's always enough for all. The end. All the children that have been helping within the service, please go sit down with your parents. All children that have been participating within the play, please go sit down with your parents.
That's strong enough? Maybe. Oh, all right. Great job, everyone. And this is really a good space in our service for the play to end. This is when we talk about our joys and our sorrows. And this is a time we set aside for deep sharing of our hearts and for prayer and meditation. So if you have a sorrow that you need witnessed or help with, or a joy you wish to share, we ask that you contribute to a collective sharing of joys and sorrows. You can do so in person by filling out a card out there, and our welcome folks always make sure we get these cards up here. And during the week, you can email us at joysandsorrows@orlandouu.org. And we also take the time to participate in a candle lighting ritual, which we will be doing shortly. So, know that you can bring your joys and bring your sorrows as we come together. Come just as you are, because your whole self is welcome in this sacred space we are creating together. These beautiful flowers here are from Cindy Watson and Sandy Pollock in gratitude for our beloved 1U community. this Thanksgiving week. So, thank you. And we have a couple of joys and other joys and sorrows to share. This is from Kathy Reynolds. I am so thankful for the care and support I have received from my husband Bob following my fall last Sunday. I have a broken hand and a partly severed ligament in my foot. This is, yeah, so sorry, that sounds painful. Hope healing is smooth. We also have a thanks from Reverend Kathy. If you remember last week, we mentioned that she was going to have surgery. So the note says, thanks everyone for your support during, oh, this must be from Charlie. It says, from her abdominal surgery this week, she has successfully made it home and is healing well. So, yay, very good to hear. So Rhonda needs our support. Rhonda has unexpectedly found herself on the job market and would welcome good wishes to be back at work in a safe and healthy environment soon. Yes. I thought you went back to sit, Rhonda. Yeah, you know, the job market being what it is today, hoping that you return swiftly and it is a healthy and safe work environment for you. So Nicole Deaver would like us to send healing energy for Maya, who was supposed to be here part of the play today because she broke her wrist yesterday playing sports. So healing energy, and again, that sounds pretty painful as well. We have a message from Tony by way of Melissa, that please join me in holding our beloved Tony Dockery and the healing and protective light of love through her surgery this Tuesday and throughout her complete recovery. So we'll light a chalice. Well, as we light chalice, the chalice will remember her as well as all of our other beloveds who are dealing with a crisis currently. We have a joy from Tess Yonker, who says, I want to share a joy with deep gratitude. After 2 miscarriages and a long stretch of worry and hope, I'm grateful to share that I am now in my 2nd trimester of a healthy pregnancy. The 1U community surrounded me with such care when I shared my losses. Your kindness helped me heal and find courage again. Thank you for holding me through the hard parts. I'm thankful to now share the brighter news with you. There she is right there. Congratulations. And we have very sad news. There's not name on it, but I did speak with him earlier. My brother, Joseph, committed suicide last Saturday in San Francisco. He was struggling with mental illness and addiction. I am concerned about my family on my mom's side. So it's got to be so hard to deal with. Sending you and your family, especially your family on your mom's side, healing energy. So from the larger community, so we're celebrating, many of us are celebrating Thanksgiving this week, but it is also a National Day of Mourning. So let us not forget that for many of the indigenous peoples of this land, this is not a time for celebration. being able to hold these two truths, right? A time to be grateful and a time to reckon with our own history here in this country. So let us continue to hold our Orlando community in love, and let us continue to hold the state in our country also in love, and let us hold all of those dealing with crisis, all of those feeling targeted. Let us send healing energy, and let us be compassionate in all of our engagement, not just during this Thanksgiving week, but every day, because you never know what the person you're meeting, what they're carrying. And for all the joys and all the sorrows of this community, shared and those held close to the heart, let us pray, let us celebrate, and let us send each other healing energy. I invite us now into prayer. So position yourself as you do in moments such as this. You can also relax your body, paying attention to your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, and your feet. Spirit of life, Spirit of love, Spirit that lives in wise owls, playful chipmunks, brave foxes, and in every human heart gathered here, we pause to give thanks. Thanks for food and home, for friends and family, for stories and memories, for this community that gathers again and again around a large and visible pot where everyone's gifts matter. Help us to be grateful not only when our baskets are full, but even when our pockets feel light. Help us to trust, like the animals of Mossy Glen, that what we have is enough to begin. And that when we share, and what we share becomes more than what we ever imagined. And hard times give us courage, and anxious moments give us calm, and lonely moments give us connection, and joyful moments help us remember to say thank you. May we walk gently, live gratefully, and share boldly, so that all may be nourished. May we be so blessed. We will now engage in our candle lighting ritual, and today we will light the 3 candles. Let us light one for joy, one for sorrow, and one for the mystery and unknown that lies before us. May these flames hold us that we bring into this circle of care. The first candle is for all the joys in our hearts, for the beauty and wonder of this world that holds us. Congregation, we give thanks for joy. This second candle is for the sad and difficult happenings in our lives, for grief over the losses we have borne. Let this flame remind us that we need not carry them alone. We hold one another. And this third candle is for all that remains unknown, a candle of mystery and possibility. We open our hearts. Together, these 3 candles, joy, sorrow, and mystery, burn as one. Let them remind us that whatever we bring into this circle of care, we are held in a greater light, and we do not journey alone. May it be so. I want to begin by thanking our actors and narrators. They brought Mossy Glen to life so beautifully this morning. And a special thank you for our playwright, Kitty Sharman, who co-directed with her co-conspirator, Cindy Schleier. So every year on Thanksgiving Sunday, we tell the Stone Soup story in a brand new way. And this year, our forest is full of squirrels and rabbits and foxes and deer, and one convinced they didn't have enough to, and each one convinced that they did not have enough to share. They were scared. Winter was hard. Everyone felt alone in their worry. But the foxes did something brave. They stood on a stump and declared, "We can meet this moment together." They didn't pretend they had more than they did. They didn't shame anyone for being afraid. They simply offered a beginning, a pot, some water and a stone, and an invitation. And that's when everything changed. Each animal added just a tiny bit, a few acorns, a carrot, a mushroom, a sprig of something saved for later. The forest discovered something that was true all along. They had enough. They were enough. And together, they could create something nourishing, joyful, and shared. That moment in the Mossy Glen is a perfect example of our theme this year, meeting the moment. The foxes didn't wait until they had everything they needed. They didn't wait for a perfect plan. They simply took the first courageous step, trusting that others would add what they could. And what made that possible? Gratitude. The kind that wakes up inside you when you realize you're not alone. The kind that grows when you see what others offer, even small things, and your heart says, "Thank you. I can offer something too." Gratitude is what turns a pot of warm water and a stone into a feast. Gratitude is what turns a scattered group of worried animals into a community. And gratitude is what turns this sanctuary, all generations together, into a place where every gift matters, every contribution counts, and everyone has something to add to the soup of our shared life. That is the heart of our Thanksgiving tradition here. We always tell Stone Soup in a new way because the message always needs to be heard again. That we have more than we think we have, that we can share more than we imagine, and that when we put our gifts together, something good and nourishing emerges for all. So today, as we share this old story in a new way, I hope you hear its invitation to meet the moment with open hearts, to trust that we have more than we think we have, to remember that even the smallest offering, be it an acorn, a carrot, a spark, can help feed someone else. And when each of us bring what we can, even a little, there is always enough. And gratitude is the fire that keeps the pot warm. So let us end with our closing hymn, number 349, We Gather Together. And if there are children here who are a member of the choir, please join the adult choir members over there at the choir loft. So, all right, so this is hymn number 349. love the beautiful voices singing with such fervor. As you go from this place, may you carry with you the wisdom of Mossy Glen, that even the smallest gift matters, that sharing creates abundance, that gratitude opens the heart and helps us meet the moment. So, beloveds, go in kindness, go in courage, go in joy, and go knowing that together we can make a world where there is always enough. Be blessed. Go in peace. And now our call to action, hoping, will be a fun one. We'll start with, following service, we will have soup for you. I know we have soup for sure. I'm not promising cider. So we'll have soup next door, so join in. And the larger call, if we can take this gratitude, this practice of gratitude, if you read the monthly newsletter, I had a little gratitude practice for you all to engage in. So especially this Thanksgiving week, and we're starting into the larger holiday season, just practice gratitude. Be intentional about being thankful for the things in your life that makes your life richer, this community, friends, and having a roof over your head and so on. So just be intentional about noticing the things in your life that are good. And if you could reverse that, and what would your life be if those things were not there? And sometimes that's more powerful for some. So, soup and practice gratitude.
Please say these words to me as we extinguish this flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry into the world until we are together again.